Hey guys, it's me from the sanctuary. My name is Rachel, and I started Eden Animal Sanctuary back in, goodness, it's been 3 years ago in January, so 2015, and we are a 501c3 official nonprofit. I really started this rescue because I wanted to adopt a tortoise, and I couldn't find a rescue anywhere in Texas, anywhere close to my area that I could adopt from. And so back in 2015, in January 2015, I decided to go ahead and start something, and almost 3 years later, here we are. So I wanted to talk to you about Habitat Hero, the campaign that we have going on for Giving Tuesday. You guys have heard me talk about it. You've seen my emails, you've seen my Facebook posts, Instagram posts. I wanted to give you a little bit of information about it, and then I'll take you around and I'll show you the habitats, the sanctuary, so that you have an up-close view of what it is you'll be supporting and why you should become a partner with us. So hashtag Habitat Hero is something you want to go ahead and put on your social posts if you want to tag us in any of your posts when you give. On Giving Tuesday. Giving Tuesday is next Tuesday, November 28th. And so we would hope that you would help us reach our goal of fully funding all of our habitats. And we will, like I said, take you up close so that you can meet some of our turtles and tortoises that you'll be helping. And so when you partner with us, every month we'll be able to focus on the care of the animals instead of having to figure out where our funds are going to come from, instead of having to be preoccupied with really time-consuming and very expensive fundraisers. Now, while we enjoy fellowshipping with you, enjoying a really fun time with you at these events, we'd like to hold them less and less and be able to focus more on the actual animals that we have here at the sanctuary. And I have some numbers for you. So we have taken in this year 151 animals. These are all turtles and tortoises, all from captive situations. We don't take any wild turtles or tortoises. There's a facility elsewhere for that. And we have adopted out 70 of those. And so 70 of those have found happy endings with permanent new homes, and we are very excited about that. So you can partner with us to keep this mission going and helping these animals. Help them, help us to expand, and I'll show you around where we want to put some new sulcata habitats and all that fun stuff. So, all right, let us take a look around. And I will show you, this is going to be, you'll see this on our giving page. You'll see these habitats arranged on our giving page. This is a box turtle, small tortoise habitat. This is where we'll keep anything smaller or mostly box turtles, redfoot tortoises, Russian tortoises, things of those sizes. And so in here you can see we have this is Tut. You've seen him posted. He's kind of hiding right now. A lot of our animals are a little bit cold, but they're still awake. Nobody's entered hibernation yet. And then over here we have Apache. He's one of our permanent residents. And so you can support permanent residents like Apache if you'd like to sponsor him in his habitat. And let me just talk real quick about the sponsorship levels and the amounts and what kind of impact that they have. First, I'm going to talk to you about the $10 amount sponsorship. That will cover food. We have to be prepared at a moment's notice to take in and feed multiple different species of turtles and tortoises that all have different diet needs. And so in order for us to maintain their specific diet needs, $10 a month will help cover their food, help us be ready to get what they need immediately. Okay? And so, like for example, this Redfoot over here and Tut here, they have completely different, well actually theirs is similar, but not 100% similar diet. They have slight different needs there, and where Apache will not hibernate, this guy will hibernate. And so that's a main difference between these two species here. But their diets are different from this guy's diet. This is a Redfoot, or I'm sorry, not a Redfoot. I already talked about the Redfoot. This is our Russian tortoise. We have a couple of these guys here. These guys don't have the same diet as a box turtle or a Redfoot, and so on and so forth. So that's enough about the food. And so let's talk about the $25 a month sponsorship. Now this will greatly impact the maintenance of the habitats. Let me show you who this will affect most of all. Come on, follow me. Many of you have seen my post about radar. So here's radar. So the habitat maintenance amount will go for really maintaining, like it says in the title, the description is maintaining their habitats. Our sulcatas really need reinforced areas. They're very strong. We need to have plants. We need to constantly be planting really strong landscaping. Now, for example, in here we have some roses. These are safe edible plants, and all the substrate that's in there, that's part of maintaining a habitat. Making sure that they have all the appropriate hiding spots, all the appropriate plants that they need. They can eat it and it's safe, and obviously it looks really pretty too. Not only that, but the habitat maintenance provides security, making sure that everything is predator proof, escape proof, and so that is a major part of our habitats here. And so for $25 a month, that's what that will cover. Any kind of dishes, pools, anything that we need to really just make sure that their stay in their habitat is appropriate for them. So, make sense? Okay, now let me take you over to, you guys have seen my post, you guys know Atlas. We'll talk about vet care. $50 a month will help us tremendously with vet care. You don't understand how, I mean, if you have a reptile, you probably know how expensive reptile veterinary care is. Now, while our vet is just very reasonable, he's amazing, it still costs money. So let me take you over to see Atlas, and I'll show you what kind of impact that your vet care donation will have. So as you know, Atlas here is a blind box turtle. Okay? He's a special needs kind of guy. He's got a big old crack in his shell that's kind of healed that way, all right? And so he needs, he's a special needs animal. And so upon coming to us, when we have animals like this, we have to take them to the vet to get them checked out and make sure everything is okay. And then, sometimes he might need a little checkup. So vet care is a really big deal. So that's what the $50 amount is for. You see that on our donate page. That's what that will cover. And then we'll get to the last amount in just a minute. Let me show you the pond. Well, let's see. So we have some more box turtle, Russian tortoise habitats here. The small tortoises. We've got recently we just took in about 13 box turtles from babies to juveniles, and then we had the adults over there as well. So we have, and we still have Quincy. You guys remember Quincy from earlier in the year when we did the video with Taylor. Quincy's still here, and so over here we have our ladies just kind of hanging out. This is our female pond, and so we keep our females and our males separated for obvious reasons. Hopefully that's obvious to you, why we keep them separated. And if it's not, I'll explain why. It's because we don't want babies and we don't want fighting. And so the ladies have this nice area they can get out and they can bask, like Mecky is showing you, our 49-year-old red-bellied cooter. And she's just a hoot. So next year she'll be 50. So, you know, these guys live a really long time, and so there's so many scenarios that they come to us, so many different conditions. A lot of times they outgrow their keeper's ability to take care of them. In Mecky's case, you know, they love her, but they just got too old to keep up with her care. And so, anyway, back to the female thing. The females, you know, occasionally need to lay in fur legs, so they have that ability here with the grass and the mud. And the guys over here have their, what I like to call their bachelor pad over here. Oh, let's take a look at them. So we have our babies. We have some babies in here. I don't know if you can see them. We have a couple of them. They're all hiding under this flagstone. If you guys remember the video that we had done with Taylor Nicole Dean, here's some babies. And there's a little one. There's a little one. Yeah. And so they're mostly hiding under that flagstone there. And I'll put you back, little guy. I'll put you back. Okay. I'm hiding under there. And so then here's our males. You guys have seen me take a video of them where I was feeding them the dog food, and so this is a really neat way to have a pond in your backyard without it making a big old hole in your yard. This has worked out really, really well for us, and our males are happy, our females are happy, and everybody gets sunshine, everybody gets fish, and all the appropriate things that they need. And so let's talk about our future plans here. So you'll see this big guy, Stewie. You guys have seen Stewie in a couple of videos. So here's Stewie. He's about 100 pounds. And he's only half grown, guys. Okay, he's only half grown. He's the sweetest guy ever. And he's giving us some side eye, but that's all right. And so with big guys like this, we can't keep them in habitats together. We cannot keep them together because of the fact that they will either fight to try to kill each other, or they will try to continue to mate with each other. It's just something that we can't do safely for them, and it's just a big hassle. So when we get big guys like this, or even the smaller guys, we have to keep them separated individually. So if you take a look over here, in this blank space, this area over here, this doesn't look very habitable right now, does it? Well, we have plans to, we have an Eagle Scouts group that is going to come in and take out all this rock and any kind of stumps that are left from us clearing it out, and they're going to build it up with some dirt. And our plan is to make this into sulcata habitats, so we can keep them safely away from each other. And gosh, I don't know how many we can fit there. Probably, I don't know, maybe 4, 5, or 6. And so we don't want to have to turn anybody away because of lack of space, because of lack of funding. And so, like I mentioned before with different amounts, so the last amount that we have is, if you're a $100 a month sponsor, this might fit more with like a school classroom or business. If you guys wanted to sponsor for $100 a month, this will help us with sanctuary improvements like sulcata habitats, expanding our areas, reinforcing it so that we have no escapees, so that they remain safe and they have the appropriate food and all that good stuff. On top of operating expenses, you know, we have to pay the water bill, we have to pay the electric. We need electricity stubbed out here. We need water stubbed out here. Right now we're running on power cords and extension cords and hoses. So if we could get some electricity stubbed out here and some water stubbed out here, that would be just a huge help. So $100 a month sponsor would help us tremendously with projects like that. And let me also explain to you another exciting idea that we'd like to incorporate at some point. We'd like to get a greenhouse and utilize this area right here for a big greenhouse. That will help us, not only will it help us grow plants safely and throughout the entire year, it'll help us with feeding our animals, but it will also provide use Texas sunshine to help us with overwintering these big guys like sulcatas. And so we won't use as much electricity. It'll be safer, and like I said, utilizing the Texas sunshine for the good of our animals even further. So sometime in the near future, we'd like to put a greenhouse here. We have a company that's willing to work with us and give us a really good deal. And so if you want to be the platinum sponsor, the $100 a month sponsor, that is what that will go toward. And so if you guys have any questions, let me know. Hopefully I covered the entire. You think we need to go anywhere else? Show anything else? Go back to him. Okay, well, thank you again for tuning in. We hope you guys got a little bit of info got your curiosity out of the way with what we're trying to do here. I'm sorry, none of this is rehearsed, so it's a little bit unorthodox here, but hopefully you got the drift. And thank you, Jean. Thank you, Pam, for your support. We appreciate it. So we will be launching the donate page on Giving Tuesday. We will have the place for you to actually click the link, pick your habitat, pick your amount. You will also have the opportunity, I didn't mention this yet, you also have the opportunity to sponsor a habitat in memory or in honor of somebody else, if you wanted to do that. So we can have that on your sponsorship sign as well. And yeah, so hopefully that was informative enough for you guys, and see you next time. Have a great day. Oh, happy Thanksgiving, and we will catch you next Tuesday. Happy Tortoise Tuesday.